Guys, I saw a video of a digital scavenger hunt on one of the groups I'm in, but I couldn't find a video of how to make one. So as I kind of pieced different videos together, I figured out how to change a PDF of a scavenger hunt or a hard copy into a digital scavenger hunt using Google Forms. So the benefit of using forms is it'll help the kids get their work graded so you don't have to do the work. And it'll also compile all that information into one place so you can see where they're struggling, where they did well. So it just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that because I think it'll help as we all are scared of what school is going to look like coming up. So I have a quick scavenger hunt that I made. It's just 3 questions, so I can show you how to do this from start to finish. And I made it in PowerPoint, but if you have one that's a PDF or whatever, you can do it the same way. So to start with, you just want to get an image of each problem. So I just use my snipping tool, and I'll just show you one and kind of snipped an image of it and do File, Save As, and just save as A, B, C. To me, that's easiest. So you want to start off by doing that, and usually you'll probably have more problems than that. And then you also want to have your solution. Quick note, if you are making your own, make sure the answers are big enough that they can read them. So don't make them too small because it will shrink down as your choices. So you want to make them kind of big and legible. I would not use super cute font for the answers. Okay. And then on my page, I just have a Google form opened. I haven't done anything to it. I just named it Sample Digital Scavenger Hunt, and then I made it look teal. Okay. And then I would go to your settings and make sure you have it as make a quiz. And then if you want to turn these things off, if you want them to see the missed questions or correct answers, if you don't, you need to uncheck those. Okay, so to start, I'm going to add a question just for their name. I'm going to make that short answer, and it knows that, and required. And then you can also do class period so that you can sort your data if you need to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to make a section for each problem. So I need one for A, B, and C. And I'm going to label them because it's going to make it easier as I create these problems. So A, B, C. And you would need to do that for however many problems you have. And then I'm going to add a section at the end where they can turn in their work and they can check their answer. Check your answer because they're going to be the ones looking at it. Because you really do want it to be a self-checking activity so that if they did it wrong, they could go back and fix it. That's my opinion, but we'll go with that. All right, so section A, I'm going to add a question. And we're going to make it multiple choice. If you want to name it question A or put some directions there, you can. But I'm just going to grab the image of problem A, and it's going to show up nice and big. Okay, so they're going to work out problem A, and then they need to find the answer to problem A on one of the other cards. So it's either on B or C. And you would usually have more than that, so it takes a little bit to get this first one set up. So could be on answer B, and you can see how that's a little bit smaller, so you want to make sure it's still readable. Or C. Okay, and that's just a normal multiple choice form there. And then my answer key, A goes to C, so I'm going to save that, and if you want to add a point there, you can, however you want to grade it. And then this is what makes it different. So with the scavenger hunt, you want them to work out this problem, find their answer on problem C, and then work out problem C. So if you don't do this next step, it's just going to lead you A, B, C straight down. So what's different is we're going to click these 3 little dots, and we want to go to the section based on what they answered. So if they chose section or problem B, then they would need to go to section B. If they chose C, then it would take them to section C. Okay, so that's what makes that a little bit different. Okay, I am going to copy this, which I figured out is a little bit quicker because especially if you have a lot of problems, you'll be inserting images a bunch. And then I just minimize, kind of collapse those because if you get a bunch of images, you're scrolling forever. And that way I'm going to drag this one I created down to section B because now I'm going to make a section for problem B. So I'm going to change this. We just got to tweak it for problem B. So now this would be the part where they work out problem B, which leads to, it's actually the end, so it would lead back to A. And that's an important one because we're going to work that a little bit different. So B, I can either have choice A or choice C. So you really would have to just change that one image and then just kind of check these off. So if I choose A, I want to go to section A. Okay, well, this is the end of the scavenger hunt. It should be. So we're going to do this a little bit different because in case they're doing it wrong, first off, you don't want them in an endless loop. And then also, if I chose to go back to section A, then I'm just going to be working out the same problems again. So no matter what, when you get to the end, we're going to turn off this go to section based on answer. And so when they finish that problem B, whatever they choose, we want it to send them to that last section where they turn in their work and check their answer. And then this will give them a chance to know, okay, am I good to turn it in or do I need to go back and try again? Okay, so I did that because that was the last problem in my scavenger hunt. It goes A to C to B. Okay, so then question C, I'm going to collapse. Oh, I forgot to copy. Let me duplicate that. And then I'm going to collapse it and then drag this new one down to section C, and we'll have to tweak it. So I'm going to change this to problem C. And it may not look beneficial to duplicate it at this point, but it is, especially if you have more than 3 problems. And then I'm going to change my other choice to B instead of C. Okay, and then my answer key, C goes to B. I think I forgot to change the answer key up there. Let me see. Yeah, C goes to B. I need to go back and change this answer key. If I was grading it, B goes to A. Yeah. Okay, and then let's fix up section C. So now this one, we do want to go back to that go to section based on answer. If I choose problem A, I want it to send me to A. Choose problem B, I want it to send me to B. Okay, and we're done putting in our problems. And you would keep going for however many problems you had there. And then my last section, I'm going to add a question for them to check their answer. So I want them to type in the order of the problems or the scavenger hunt. You'll probably have to explain what they're doing beforehand. Use all caps and no spaces. So for example, ABC. Okay, and then I'm going to make this a short answer so they can type in what order they went in. And then we're going to turn on, we're going to make it required. And then I want to turn on response validation so that way they know if they did it correctly or not. So I'm going to make it a regular expression that matches, okay, the correct one. So A, C, B. And you may want to tell them to start on A as well, because sometimes they forget that A was their first problem and they may end on A, so it may not match up. So if it doesn't match ACB, we want it to say, some sort of error message, oops, go back and try again, or wrong order, go back, and there should be a back button for them to do that. If you want to put an answer key there, you can as well. Okay, and then I'm going to put the file second in case they need to go back. So I'm going to add a problem where they can upload their work. So that'll be a file upload because it could be easy for them to just share the order and you don't know if they did it or not. So take a picture and upload your work. Make sure all problems are labeled and your name is shown on your paper. Okay, just so you can see it's their work. You can make it required. You can add points, however you want to do that. Okay, so after you're done, I would recommend going back up to the top and pressing the eyeball so you can preview what you have done because it is easy to make mistakes. So I would definitely recommend having your answer choices or your solution and then go back through and make sure you did it correctly. Okay, so name, and then they'll see problem A, and then these are a little bit smaller so you can see those are the solutions. So A's answer is C. Okay, so we would go to C, click next. If I work out C, then I should get this answer on B. Okay, and then if I work out B, it should lead me back to A. Okay, but I don't want to go back to A, so if we did this correctly, it should lead us to the end. And you can see that even if they did it wrong, once they answer question B, it should lead them to this. Okay, so if I type in the correct pattern, okay, it doesn't tell me anything. If I type in the wrong pattern, you kind of click to the side, it'll say, oops, go back and try again. So they know they need to go back and redo it. And you can see the back button for them to go back as well. Okay, and it'll kind of go back in the order they went. So you can see that as well. Okay, so I really like it because it makes it more of an interactive scavenger hunt and they're not just flipping through slides. And you also can get it self-graded and all your data in one place. So I hope this helps and I hope you guys use it, especially with this upcoming school year. All right, thank you.